Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing a ranking of all 10 Superman films. Now if you're asking what I count as a Superman film, I'm counting only live action films. I'm counting any movie with a major role with Superman, no minor cameos, so not Black Adam or Shazam or the Flash. So live action has to have Superman in a major role, and I decided not to include Justice League 2017 because I did not want to rewatch that, and I have the Snyder Cut on here because Superman's a major role in that. And then I decided not to include Superman and the Mole Men from 1951. One, because I haven't watched it, and two, because I've heard it's kind of like two TV episodes cut together. I will watch it at some point. But this list will include all 4 Christopher Reeve films, the Donner cut of Superman 2, all 3 major Henry Cavill appearances, and then also Superman Returns and Superman 2025. So the 4 major theatrical Superman actors. Without further ado, let's get into things. At number 10, I have Superman 3. Now, I did not like this film. It is barely a Superman film. The Daily Planet is like it is a Superman film only in the fact that Superman is there, and I guess he goes to Smallville, and he has a kind of a cute little romance with Lana Lang. But the Daily Planet is in this for this weird bingo contest that's barely in it. Lois Lane is in 2 scenes at the beginning when she leaves to tell everyone she's leaving the movie, and then at the end when she's back to tell everyone she's back in the movie, and that's it. And it's mostly a Richard Pryor movie where comedian Richard Pryor plays this bumbling hacker who helps this billionaire that's almost Lex Luthor, but it's not Lex Luthor, but it's knockoff Lex Luthor, like store brand Lex Luthor or whatever. He helps him manipulate the weather and control Superman and make an evil Superman with his comedic hacking powers. And it's mostly a slapstick comedy where on one hand you got slapstick Richard Pryor hijinks, on the other hand you got Superman going back to Smallville to try and fall in love with Lana Lang, and then they kind of converge and there's an evil Superman. It's messy, it's rough, it doesn't feel like a Superman movie at all, except Christopher Reeve is still great and there's a few little bits here and there that I like little scenes, but it's not a Superman movie except for Christopher Reeve being there and killing it as always. Number 9, I have Superman 4, The Quest for Peace. Now, I know people call this pretty widely the worst Superman movie, the worst DC movie, but I like it slightly more than Superman 3, just based on the fact that it actually almost feels like a Superman movie. Lois Lane's in a major role, Lex Luthor's in a major role, the Daily Planet has a lot to do with the story. Now, there's too much going on. There's the Radioactive Man plotline, there is the Superman loses powers again, and the Daily Planet's being sold off, and there's this new woman trying to hit on Clark, and Clark gets into this freaking antics where he's has to be on a double date as Clark and Superman at the same time. It's all ridiculous and stupid. And you could tell this thing has changed a lot in the editing room. The script didn't get time to cook. Very low budget, but at the very least, you can tell the cast is trying. Christopher Reeve, Margot Kidder, Gene Hackman, they're all trying. It's all great to spend a little bit more time with them. It feels Superman-y. There's a couple of sweet little moments, and you can tell, with the themes around nuclear disarmament, they really did care. They really did want to say something. It's just the script didn't get enough time to cook. The budget's really low, and it just made this movie a mess. But at least it feels kind of like a Superman film. Number 8, big shoot up. We got Batman v Superman. I still don't love this film. I think it's messy. I think it's too dark. I think it pushes things too far to try to get the title to be real, to try to get the heroes to fight. But there is a lot I like here. It's well shot. There's a good musical score. I think Ben Affleck, though I think they made his Batman a little too dark and violent, I do think he's a good cast as the character. And it's just cool, there's some interesting things being set up, even though I think the way being set up is kind of messy. And even though the third act is a lot, I just think it's so cool seeing Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman fighting together. So it's a messy movie, but I don't hate it as much as other people do. I think it's solid. I just think it's a lot of wasted potential, but I don't think it's a bad film. Number 7, we have Superman Returns, which has a lot of things going for it. I like its representation of Metropolis. I like Brandon Routh. I like the musical score and kind of how it's a sort of sequel to the Reeve films. But it's also it's kind of slow. It's kind of dull. And not a lot happens. I mean, Luthor and Superman don't meet until way into the film, which would be fine in the case of a setup film, but in this point everybody already knows each other. I mean, hell, Superman and Lois don't interact with each other until an hour into the movie. Nothing happens until an hour into the movie. So there's a lot I like here. There's a lot of charming Superman moments and sweet bits, good music, good production design, but it's just too slow and not enough's happening. So that just kind of hurts it a bit for me. That was number 7. At number 6, we have Man of Steel. Now, I know people would have this higher. I'm very sorry. I think there's a lot of interesting things here, a lot of cool, interesting character studies on a loner Superman lost in the world. It's a little realistic, a little gritty. Henry Cavill's pretty good. Music and cinematography and visuals are just astounding. The first flight sequence, everything before and up to the first flight sequence, I think is very, very interesting, and there's a lot to like there, even if there are, some bits with Pa Kent are a little dark for me. But in the last third, it's become this big action Michael Bay Transformers kind of film where it's just boom, 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 and doesn't have time to really stop or reflect on anything different. And then the last 5 minutes of the movie are really good again. So there's a lot of good stuff here, but that last third is just too non-caring, too focused on big slam bam action that it totally loses me. And there's some little bits here and there, but there's a lot to love here as well. So I don't hate it. I don't love it. I think it's a pretty solid Superman film that has a lot of interesting ideas and a really solid star in Henry Cavill. At number 5, we have the original theatrical version of Superman 2. A little too slapsticky for me. It definitely has its goofy moments. I don't really like the ending, but there's a lot of fun Superman and Lois charming moments. I love Zod and the gang. Once again, Christopher Reeve's amazing. Some fun action. It's a very solid Superman film. I just think you can definitely tell it's a little cut up. Slightly above that, number 4, we have Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut. Now, this movie's interesting because on the one hand, you can kind of tell how it's a more unfinished film compared to Richard Lester's Superman 2. But on the other hand, there is stronger emotional moments, stronger themes. It all ties together better. You got Marlon frickin' Brando. It's really strong. It's really cool. The only thing it's got a few less sweet Superman and Lois moments compared to the theatrical version. And just like the theatrical version, I don't really like the ending that much. But I think it's a lot stronger of a film, and it's a film that says what it's saying a lot better. At number 3, we have Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's overly long, but I do really like this movie because it's all the positives of previous Zack Snyder DC films, but with a lot less of the negatives. I think it's more hopeful, it's more uplifting, there's cool action, there's great character work. Everything ties together really, really well for me for an awesome superhero movie starring some great, well-realized characters with some great action moments, a cool ending. It's a little long. There's maybe a few too many things tacked on at the end of the film, but I think it's uplifting, it's inspiring, and it's cool to see the Justice League fighting together on screen in an actual good film, and that's why I didn't include Justice League 2017 on this list. But at number 2, we have, this is a hard one, top 2 are so interchangeable. At number 2, we have Superman the movie from 1978. I effing love this film. It is iconic, it is well made, it is timeless. Christopher Reeve is perfect as Superman. Margot Kidder is perfect as Lois Lane. I love the Daily Planet. Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor doesn't really feel like Lex Luthor, kind of campy and outdated, but Gene Hackman is Gene Hackman. He's having so much fun. You gotta love him. I love John Williams' score. I love how it takes its time building things up, and at points it's almost like a slice of life movie. And then at the end, it finally gets to the plot, and it's a whole lot of fun, and there's a good emotional finale. It is just the classic superhero film, and I love it. But at number 1, we have Superman 2025. Recency bias? Yeah, probably. But what can I say? I love this movie. It is comic booky. It is energetic. It is emotional. It is heartfelt. It is a movie that has plenty of things to say. It is a movie creatively driven by just one man and one man's vision. It's not a big studio mess. It's got the amazing David Cornsweet as a fun, fresh, modern update of Superman, one that is caring and hopeful and loving, and you can definitely see the big blue Boy Scout. He's so good. Rachel Brosnahan, Nicholas Hoult are my ideal versions of Lois Lane and Lex Luthor. It's got such fun ties to the DC universe. It's fast-paced. It's like it runs and flows so well. It's probably got the best flow to me of any Superman film. And it's not perfect. I definitely have my criticisms, but this is the Superman movie where I watch it and I just have the biggest smile on my face the entire time and think this is what Superman means to me. It's about hope. It's about kindness. Not saying that other Superman movies aren't about that, but this one, just watching it on the big screen and feeling these themes adjusted for the modern age, especially with the current era of superhero movies, it means the world to me, and I love this film so much. I hope you guys like the ranking. Hope you guys like the video. Coming soon is my review of Eddington, so keep an eye out for that. Eddington and Fantastic Four are my 2 big videos the rest of the month. Hope you guys like the video, and I'll see you all soon. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.